It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Proudly sponsored by Nedbank and Old Mutual.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso live on S3 on a beautiful Friday morning. The Nedbank and Old Mutual budget speech competition. It celebrates a big milestone, its 50th year anniversary, and the competition has become a major catalyst for many of the students who have entered it over the years. And we've seen so many success stories coming out of that platform, propelling, all of these students to meaningful careers, both in private and the public sector. And this morning, we're joined by Rethabile Mphahlele, undergraduate winner, as well as Tian de Swart, postgrad winner. And we're also joined by video call by sponsorship manager for Old Mutual, Bandile Gomato, to tell us more about their involvement in this competition. Gents, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
It's so good to have you. Bandile, good morning.
Good morning, Tabiso. How's it?
So fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, for making the time. Let's get into it. Bandile, maybe tell us more about the budget speech competition and what it aims to accomplish. Yes, we've seen some incredible stories come out of it, and people who've gone through the process only have great things to say about it. But what is the intention of the platform?
I think your intro captured it very well, Tabis. It's a platform to actually reveal and reward the brightest of young minds in South Africa, just to prepare them for a step into leadership roles. And the previous winners are in academia, lecturers, corporate gurus in their own way. So it's all about reveal and reward, and also just to showcase that voice. That voice is needed of the youth.
And you do want that voice coming from all sorts of different areas, specifically young people. You've continued to sponsor the competition over the years. I mean, it's been many, many years. I know the benefit of being able to add so much value to young people in the country, but what's in it for you guys?
Well, it's all about paying it forward. What's good for South Africa definitely will be good for Nedbank and for Old Mutual. So by paying it forward, by creating these platforms, by making sure that education is the foundation, it should not be a situation that we are not involved as the two corporates. We've got to make sure that the future is sustainable. And this platform really is showcasing that voice, those new ideas. And I'm sure Tian and Rethabile can share with you what their essays were about. Yeah. Simply mean that they're starting it very young to contribute to the country.
Well, I mean, Rethabile and Tian, you guys are all smiles this morning, and you've got every reason to smile about this, right? Congratulations, first of all. Let's start with you, Rethabile. What are you studying? Let me start there, because, I take you very seriously with this suit.
I try. I'm studying BCom honors in economics this year, yeah.
This is fantastic. And Tian?
I'm studying a MCom economics, a master's in economics at Stellenbosch University this year.
Come on, the future of this country is absolutely in good hands. Let's start here, guys. How does it feel to have won this competition with so many fantastic entries that have come through? Tian, what does it mean for you winning this?
It was a wonderful feeling, especially in the gala, being there in the gala evening with all the very influential people. They really organized an extremely prestigious crowd for us. So the feeling was one of pure elation and joy and shock, because I never expected to actually be there on the stage. There were so many strong contenders for the position of winners. Yeah. And I think all the finalists were absolutely excellent, and it must have been a very close call.
And look, it was a grilling challenge as well, right? Because you know that you are up against some of the brightest minds, and you've got to put in the work. Rethabile, what sort of work did you put in to make sure that you found yourself in the top spot?
Right. So from a really early stage, I knew that it's going to take a little more than usual, especially when I arrived in Cape Town or met the other finalists that I knew, because people were just rattling off facts like that. And you're like, whoa. So I was like, OK, we're going to have to go a bit above and beyond our usual preparations. So in my prep, I had like a little brief with like current affairs. I consulted with other finalists and some of my lecturers from VETS that were very helpful. And then obviously we run through YouTube videos and practice just speaking. So, yeah.
And what did it take for you, Tian? Because everyone's got their own formula, right, going into this. And I imagine that you go back and you revisit, previous winners and you check what the case studies have been like. Was that the sort of format of your preparation?
Definitely. I also went back to reread my old essay because it feels so long ago that we actually wrote it that you almost run the risk of forgetting what you actually said in the essay. So it definitely helped me to revisit that and then to just stay up to date with what people are saying around the leading up to both leading up to the budget speech and after the budget speech, what the general consensus is around what will be said, what was said, what the impact of that would be, and then sort of formulating your own opinion based on the information being provided during the week.
And it's a lot of research and a lot of social listening. You kind of have to immerse yourself fully in the process. Bandile, maybe tell us more about this year's finalists and what your thoughts are on the quality of entries. I mean, the guys have already set the tone and sort of set the stage or the scene for us and let us know that it's quite difficult. It's not an easy one to take on this challenge, but what are the entries looking like and what are your thoughts?
Well, let me maybe answer it in this way, that the Minister of Finance had to answer questions on the spot during the gala dinner. And the 4 questions that were posed to the minister was like, no, guys, this is too hard, So it clearly meant that they are very well prepared. They know what they're talking about. And in 1 or 2, in terms of engagement, some of their essays were actually debated upon, and they were being torn apart by other people. And they stood their ground, Retabile and I think one of the finalists, Lebu Siboi, actually defended their stance, So it simply means that they were well thought throughout. That speaks to the quality and caliber of the entries that we have received. So as Nedbank and Old Mutual, we're very chuffed and we're very pleased that there is a future out there, and Tian and Retabile are just a sample of what is out there. So we're very pleased with the quality.
I love that, and I love to hear that, because as you can hear from what Bandile is saying, is that yes, it's quite a challenge for you stepping into it and putting those entries together, but the judging and the assessment process is also equally as challenging, and it's quite a serious and a high-level debate that does take place. It has me wondering then what your plans are with your careers. Where can we expect to see you in the near future, maybe the next 5, the next 10 years?
Yeah, I always
Mr. Minister?
You never know. I always struggle with this question because I never really saw myself here 5 years ago, and so I largely like to think I'm open to opportunity. Same thing that got me here, same thing that will get me where I'll hopefully be in the future.
Yeah. And Tian, should I already start referring to you as Meneer Tian Minister?
Not yet.
In 10 years' time, maybe.
Yeah, perhaps not 5 years, but maybe 10 years.
Maybe 10 years.
No. I'd like to see myself in the public sector working as a researcher and really using some of the skills that were hopefully on display towards both formulating and promoting sound economic policies. Yeah. Or perhaps in the private sector, consulting with the public sector as a researcher as well. I think that's where I would like to see myself in the near future.
Well, the two of you already started planting those seeds, and I think that it's going to be fruitful for you guys. You've inspired so many who are watching right now. A very huge congratulations one more time to you guys. You've done so well, and you really have inspired a whole generation of future economists, all right?
Thank you.
Take it and run with it. Congratulations. Thank you very much for joining us, Bandile, and well done on this incredible platform.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Man, that is the Old Mutual and Nedbank budget speech competition, celebrating its 50 years in existence. You are certainly inspired, I imagine. Let us know what you think of this platform, and of course, what these young men have had to say with us, to us this morning on Expresso Morning Show as ABC3. Remember to use that hashtag Expresso Show. I need some advice.
Proudly sponsored by Nedbank and Old Mutual.